What's up, folks? Welcome to another podcast from the Zebra Lounge. We got Mike and Andrew here. Folks, we're talking about the Bulls today. Diving right in. Did the Bulls give up on Mr. Tyson Chandler too soon for your money?
I don't think they gave up on it too soon. It just wasn't going to work. I think that it was a bad deal, though. They got P.J. Brown, which, was supposed to be this expiring contract, got nothing.
They used for nothing.
J.R. Smith gave away for Howard Isley, which was giving away for nothing.
Who they released.
Yeah. And it was a terrible trade, but it had to be done. The question is, for me, is that a Skiles thing? Why is he driving guys away who are then developing in other places? I think
that's a big problem. I think Skiles drives a lot of people away from the Bulls. Guys that the Bulls have had that have just not worked out, like Curry and Chandler, and guys that the Bulls could have had, but it's like, oh, we can't take J.R. Smith because clearly he's not going to mesh with Skiles, so let's send him off to average 20 points a game in Denver.
Yeah, in their defense, I think that Tyson Chandler never gave much effort when he was in Chicago. I don't think he ever developed into the sort of player he should have, and I think he was like, hey, I'm going to show them when he moved on. A lot of guys do that sort of thing, almost like a contract year response. And so I think that in their defense, I really do think that he just was not motivated to be the best player he could be.
Well, that reflects bad on him, but also on Skiles.
Sure, yeah, he does not get a free pass. He doesn't, but he gets a free pass to his GM and butt buddy John Paxson.
No, he doesn't get a free pass because they still got nothing for him.
Oh, I'm saying he does because he'll never go anywhere.
No, but Tyson Chandler, whether or not he performed well in Chicago, had good trade value.
Yeah.
And they did a Freddie Garcia trade. They just dumped him, and they got shit back for him. And what they got back, they didn't even use for what it was useful for.
I don't know if he had a lot of value.
Oh, he had more value than P.J. Brown.
The problem was the $15 million a year.
The Bulls played Ben Wallace. The Bulls paid Wallace more money, and he's averaging less rebounds right now.
4-time Defensive Player of the Year.
How's it turned out?
Well, it hasn't been a great signing, but that was his market value as an established star.
That sure seems to put John Paxson on the hook there, but what do you boys think about Scott Skiles as a coach as the Bulls ramp up for the playoffs?
I got to say that I think Skiles gets way too much of a free pass in Chicago because he's, as you say, butt buddies with John Paxson. He gets it. If this was Dusty Baker, forget about it.
Yeah. I can't disagree with that. I think that I don't think he's an awful coach. I do like some of the things he does. I do like some of the things he does. I think he manages the game well. I think that games have gotten away from the down stretch more because of personnel than anything.
I can't agree with you there because you cannot lose to Memphis, the worst team in the league, and then to the Clippers at home, the second worst team, just about out there in the West. You can't say that's a personnel problem.
Scott Skiles said it himself. They are a team that cannot ever look at another team and say, oh man, we're just going through the motions, that's why I lost. They're not good enough for that. They're not good enough for that. They're an erratic team. They are not a team that's good enough to just say, hey, Detroit Pistons, they can yawn their way through a win. The Bulls can't.
Well, then they shouldn't be doing it. And if they are, it's a reflection on the coach. He wants to kick ass all the time, but how about coaching them better?
Yeah, I agree. I can't give any of them a free pass. I still think that that they're moving. I think they're going to be okay. I really do. I'm not saying they're going to the finals or anything, but I don't think that he's going to be preventing them by any stretch.
Well, I think if we see more stumbling down the stretch like this, because if they can't get motivated to play now in March with the playoffs coming, when can they?
Yeah.
And if we see more of this, I think Skiles has to be fired. I think he has to go. Because this has been 3 years now of underperforming sometimes.
It's a moot point because it's not going to happen.
You never know.
One thing's for sure, if the Bulls go one and done again, there's going to be a lot of impatient Bulls fans in the city of Chicago. For Mike and Andrew, I'm Mike saying see you next time and go Bulls. Get it figured out.